Expressive iteration is banned. So what happens to all the decks that use it, including the Phoenix deck in Explorer, which some have gotten up to 83% win rate? Can you still win on the Explorer ladder even without expressive iteration? That's what we're going to find out today. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Attic Manadad here. We are going to play some Phoenix and Explorer, but it is post-expressive iteration ban, as I explained in the intro. What is Phoenix, in case you don't know? Arclight Phoenix, it's the deck, this is the card the deck is based around. It's a 3/2 flying haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn, you return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Of course, it's hasty, so that can be a nice surprise attack as early as turn 3 if you can get it in the graveyard before then. How are we going to get it in the graveyard? We're going to do Charting a Course, that lets us discard a card. We're going to Lightning Axe, which lets us discard a card. We could Consider it into the graveyard, and we could Strategic Plan into the graveyard. So instead of Expressive Iteration, I'm kind of splitting that spot between Chart a Course and Strategic Planning for this deck. And they're both sorceries, which Expressive Iteration also was, which is important for Finale of Promise, which lets you cast an instant and sorcery at the same time, which is 3 spells, which triggers the Phoenix. So we'll see. Chart a Course is kind of the traditional one. You probably could do 4 of that. I'm just testing out Strategic Planning. This is more of a traditional 2-for-1, as long as you can attack before you play it. So if we don't need it to dump a Phoenix, that could be good. But this can also mill us into the Phoenix. And we want to stock our graveyard because the other tech I'm trying out here is Ox of Agonas, which is a 4/2 that can escape, but you got to exile 8 other cards. But when you do, you discard your hand and draw 3 cards. So pretty good finisher. Doesn't have trample or anything, but kind of, copies 5 and 6 of Phoenix. We're also running 4 Crackling Drakes. You could probably go down to 3 or 2 of these. It's a bit mana intensive, but loves a graveyard filled with instants and sorceries. And then we got Ledger Shredder, which also helps fill our graveyard. Discard Phoenix. Shans. Yeah, then we got Consider, which can help put the Phoenix in the graveyard. 3 ops, 3 Flame Blessed Bolts, which is good for the mirror match. There is a lot of Phoenix still running around Explorer, as we will see. And we got the Strangle as a 4 of here, just to deal with the 3 toughness creatures at sorcery speed. Alright, so how can this deck do without its card, its bannable card, Expressive Iteration? Is it still an 83% win rate deck, as some people have shown on Reddit? Let us go and see. Hey, before we get to the matches, I just want to say super shout out to everyone who is a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Don't make any money off this channel, so I do it for the subscribes. Really helps me out. If you're a contrary person, definitely do not subscribe. And if you're not subscribed yet, and you're not going to subscribe, leave me a comment. Tell me what would you like to see here? What would get you to subscribe? So thank you again to all the subscribers, and let's get to the matches. Kika! It's the Phoenix deck. Very good deck for ranking up in the sense you can play it very fast. Some people claim win rates as high as 83% on the ladder. This is a terrible hand, though, so we're going to mulligan that. Yeah, we can keep it and... Oh, dude, ditch a land, I guess? Or just ditch the Drake? Ditch the Drake. We might wish we had it later. Thoughtseize. There you go. Not much to choose from. They lost so many cards. Let's strategically plan. We'll put, what do we think their deck is? Be anything with Swamp Thoughtseize. Put the Lightning Axe in case we get something we want to dump in the yard. We might have wished we had the Bolt. Discarding another card from our hand might be a bit much. Mama Meat Boy. You are playing the Rakdos. Okay. Another land. Well, let's consider. Hey, it's a Phoenix. And an opt. Okay, so we can do it. We can do the Phoenix thing. Bit clunky. Discard a card. Hit you. We'll lose this mountain they already know about. And we'll opt again. Don't need that mountain. And we're just flooding out on lands. Okay. So we got a Phoenix in play and 2 lands in hand. Let's hope they Thoughtseize us again. Voldarian Epicure. Epicunius. Sure, I'll play this on the Lava Glide. Fly even under 3. Uh-oh. Interaction. We're just gonna ditch some blood tokens. Congrats, Rampage. Okay, that would have killed it. Need to get an Ox in this yard here so I can refill my hand. Thoughtseize. Ha! Nice. Thoughtseize does not hit lands, so they just paid 2 life to see that they're going to win this game because I only have 2 lands in hand. Oh, Crackling Drake. Okay. Okay. And draw another land. Oh my goodness. Alright, that Drake needs to survive 2 turns. What are the chances? They're just ditching Angrath's Rampages left and right. Can I fade them for 2 turns? 2 turns. 2 turns, no removal. No blocks. Don't like how it paused there. I don't think they would have cracked that Fabled Passage if they had the Fatal Push. So that was a good sign. Okay, they're going Bone Crusher to face. I think they can do 12 damage here? I don't think so. I think we got him. Wow. Off a mulligan and a flood. Still beating their Rakdos sacrifice. And ranking up. Phoenix Rising. Oh, Phoenix. We do have an Ox. Well, let's just play this tapped. Up against Retro P-Man. Retrop Man. How does one retrop something? Turn. Red-green. Is it aggro? Let's consider. We don't really know what's going on. Oh. Yeah, you can go in the graveyard. I'll go ahead and play. So the Fury is a really good combo with Crackling Drake in this deck. On the other hand, Bone Crusher to the face. Interesting. What just happened? Oh, we got another Arclight. Let's see. Llanowar Elves. Okay, so we cannot get 3 spells. We can, however, the Kraken Drake can play. One man away from getting an Ox in play. Opponent's on the All Fancy Lands plan. Probably just like a Gruul Adventures deck, it looks like. Maybe with a bit of a slow start here. Maybe should have saved the Consider to blast off, but we didn't have a Phoenix in the yard, so. Okay. They have made a dragon. So what do? We can chart a course, first of all. That Phoenix in the yard. Then we can bolt the Sarkhan. And do we strangle this dragon here? So they don't want to block? Take out the Llanowar Elf. Can kill a Phoenix, take 7. There are good ways to get in the Phoenix right back here. Westing Beast. Okay. Cracking us back for 8. That's pretty good. Pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm throwing up a Goose Block. Really need some of those lightning things here. I guess the other possibility here is just to Crackling Drake again. Another Liturgy Shredder. This doesn't have reach, right? Thank goodness. The one keyword it doesn't have. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which they call Daunt sometimes. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. What? And whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a Planeswalker that player. Not running any Planeswalkers. Good card in this meta. Alright, so we got a wall of Crackling Drakes here they're going to have to deal with. Potentially. They're coming in. They're coming in hot. I think we'll just trade because we can need to preserve our life total against them, it looks like. They got all these hasty creatures. Okay, there's a reach creature, right? Or no, it can get reach. Alright. Fair enough. Protection from blue, but that's not necessarily a problem. We could double Ledger Shredder. Or we can just Ox here. Alright, down to Shred. Discard a card. Discard the other shredder. One to the hand. Okay, here's Lightning Axe. So just axe that guy. And discard the Steam Vents. I think we're just going to hard cast Ox. Certainly got enough cards in graveyard not to, but Ox is a bit of a non-bow. Crackling Drake, we'll have to see how that plays out. Like they had a play there. I guess just cracking the food, I think. I didn't play enough spells to get back Arclight Phoenix, I guess. I'm gonna make a food, take the damage. Okay, then the Bugbear. Kinda got a blocker for that, so they've probably got another Bone Crusher here. Just want to kill my Ledger Shredder. They need the Goose mana. Oh, okay. Maybe they just didn't think about that block. Okay, post-ban Phoenix. Keep it, why not? Serve our life total. Ideally, we're going to get a land maybe with this strategic planning here. Opt and Strangle would be good to Ledger Shredder. Okay, no lands. Finale of Promise gets Phoenix out of the graveyard. What did they play? They played Zagoth Triome. They could be the Niv deck. Guess I want ammo. Growth Spiral. Very Nivy so far. That's another deck I want to make a video for. Okay, I don't really have much choice but to main phase op here. Trying to find that third land. Surprised it's so evasive. Niv making plenty of lands. Showdown of the Scalds. Well, we get to discard our Phoenix. Could have cast Ledger Shredder. We can't even double strangle if they play a Niv. We got the Eureka moment. They got the Prismari command. This is another one that could possibly replace Expressive Iteration. In this deck, draw 2, discard 2. Oof. Okay, well, Ledger Shredder. Sure they can kill it. Widespread Thieving. This is the good Niv tech here. The deck which is like all multicolored spells. They're easy to pop off with. Still no land. What are the chances? Pitching for one. Okay, growth spiral, sure. Cast another spell, please. Growth spiral again. Alright, Ox into the yard you go. Kaya Geist Hunter. Don't see that one every day. That's some serious tech. One more tokens. They're gonna do some crazy token shenanigans. And I think we're gonna need 3 crackling drakes. One that's sitting over here. Okay, another Kaya. Double Kaya. What tokens are they gonna make? Just treasure tokens? I see. I see. They're just storming off over here. This is another possibility for a card that could replace. Card could replace Expressive Iteration. I mean, nothing can really replace it. Widespread Thieving. Hiding away. If their goal is to play their whole deck before we get a chance to play anything, they are doing pretty well. There is no Storm in Explorer. This would be a good shelf for Historic, honestly, because there are Storm cards in Historic. This could work with. Really need to get another red source. Widespread Thieving. Expressive Iteration would be real nice right here. Let's get that last land drop. Opponent. Main fire for 16. That works. Good game. Well, that was hilarious. Post ban Phoenix up against Kingpin. Underrated movie. Stormcarved Coast, but you know what? I think we only have 2 of these in our whole deck. My free spells account here, where I have not put a penny in. It's better to play Ledger Shredder. This could be the mirror match here. I don't think Expressive Iteration is officially banned yet, so I'll play the Ledger Shredder and hope that they double spell. Boo Raisin Borrower. Also a 2-for-1 type card. They're charting a course. Yeah, they are the Phoenix deck. Cuckoo Kachu. I really don't have anything to do with that, so I may as well play Steam Vents. Tapped, Ledger Shredder. Can they play 3 spells this turn? Nope, they're just gonna play Crackling Drake. Opt. Flame Blast Bolt. Fortunately, I don't have a Phoenix in the yard. That'll be good to hit their Phoenix. So let's just enter tapped, pass the turn. I suppose I could have attacked with Ledger Shredder there. Maybe it was worth it to strangle just to trigger the connive, get it out of strangle range. Ooh, they're getting the worst card for us to deal with. We do have the lightning strike to hit that. Strategic planning. Oh, there's no way they don't double spell here. Okay, well at least we can strangle one of those Ledger Shredders. We just got a way better draw than we do. We discarded a land, okay. Oh. Interesting sequencing from opponent. Maybe we should have strategically planned first. Well, I guess you get to connive. Go ahead. I could have attacked first there. Like Kinpin, gonna win this round. They can figure out what they're conniving. I wouldn't mind conniving away some lands myself. They put a Phoenix in the yard. Okay, so we can put an axe to hand. This will be 3 spells, so we'll get that the other Phoenix right out of the graveyard. Fortunately, we don't really have attacks. Do we ever want this other land, or we want to just keep it in hand? Let's keep it in hand. So Finale of Promise, we got a sorcery and an instant in the graveyard. So we can chump with these Phoenixes and get them right back. They're playing the banned card. I'm recording this the day they announced the ban, so it hasn't taken effect yet on Arena. Yes, the Ledger Shredder is getting mighty. Lightning Axe. Rough. Now we can't take out the Drake. Exile one of these guys, though. Have to jump the Drake. Bad. Okay, so we've got a Drake of our own. We do this for 1. The lightning acts is instant, and we're gonna have to discard. Our sorcery would just put the back in the yard. Oh, not ideal. We could try to opt into something so we could still play the Crackling Drake. Is that crazy? Equals 1. Alright, so let's Flame Blast Bolt. No, this is wrong. Oh. We're in it now. We'll take out the Crackling Drake that way. No attacks. They have the Flame Blessed Tech, and now we're in deep doo-doo. Iterate, build up that Ledger Shredder. And here it's 6 life. We'd have to really go off next turn, play the Drake, get like an opt into some kind of removal spell or something. And our deck is 1/3 lands at the moment. 33%. They're gonna Finale of Promise, okay. That probably just wins, right? They bolt the bird, okay. Bolting the bird. Well, there is the power of the Expressive Iteration version. But that will not be legal very soon. Probably as you watch this video. No longer legal. Up against Macro. Everybody's favorite kind of lens. After Fisheye, of course. Now we can chart the Ox into the graveyard, I guess. Uh-oh. Up against a speedy deck. Sorcery speed removal. Mono. Let me guess, it's a hasty 2-drop. Nope, it's not. Not yet. Just chaining the Kumanos. Good news is they're going to be out of cards in hand very soon. The 2/2. And we have another creature. Goblin Chain Whirler. Can axe that. I am going to consider here. Ooh. Quite lucky. Crackling Drake is good too. Okay, so let's discard a card. Put the Ox in the yard. there any way I can triple spell here? No, there's not quite any way. I'll just take that off the battlefield. Maybe I should have held that back to try and bring out the Phoenix. Oh, it has 3 cards in hand. Burning Tree into another Chain Whirler, potentially. Otawara is interesting. Let's put down a Drake, see if it can survive. More interactions, good. Okay, so they almost certainly have like a Shock or a Flame Blast Bolt or something here. Being really aggressive, apparently. At the risk of hasty attacks, we'll get in with the Drake so I can chart a course. Just doing that so the Ox can stay open. Steam Vents tapped and turn. Annex. We'll bolt that now. The 2/3. We drew a regular Ox. So how many do we have to exile? 8 other cards. So we need to get another card in the graveyard. So we could put an Otawara in the graveyard here. At the end of the next turn. Smack you for 6. Draw land, please. Goblin Chain Whirler. That's fine. Does give a lot of devotion to Annex. And they replay it. Ledger Shredder is interesting. Oh, okay. Apparently they didn't think they could win. Okay, so thanks for joining me here in the attic. This, I think, proves that the deck is still totally viable. I know it's a small sample size, but deck was playing fine when we were drawing lands, and sometimes even when we weren't. So I like this deck. As you can see, you don't have to build it the perfectly most optimized way. I'm sure as the meta shifts here with the Expressive Iteration ban, people will be refining this, but I do think this deck is still going to be one of the top decks in the format. So remains to be seen, but I believe just from playing here tonight that it will be a top deck. Leave a comment of if you think it's going to be a top deck, what you think the result of the Expressive Iteration ban is going to be. And with that, I will say thank you for joining me here in the attic. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.